Hey you guys, and welcome back to another March Madness video. Today I want to talk about some honest truths involving OutSchool. Now, of course, this channel has a ton of OutSchool and online teaching content, but I feel like at least with OutSchool, I've only talked about the good, the positives, things I've learned. Today I want to talk about some honest truths, some things maybe people don't always talk about, things you don't see on the surface. But really quick, if you guys are new here, be sure to click that little red subscription button and the bell to see every future video that comes out on this channel. This again is a March Madness video. Every day in the month of March, I'm putting out a brand new unscripted, unedited video to improve my one-take speaking abilities here on YouTube. But I did take notes just to keep myself grounded, because if I didn't, these videos would be so incredibly long. But without any further ado, my honest truths about teaching with OutSchool. Please note, I have been with the company since April of 2020, so I want to say that's just over 8 or 9 months at this point in time. And the first thing I wrote here is, because the classes are self-designed, it is so easy to compare to other teachers. Other platforms give you the course material and they assign the kids to you, and that's great. But when you're self-designing your classes, there's a whole other level of personalized, self-prep that can be very easy to compare to other people. For example, if I were doing a lot of reading classes, I might see that teacher Jennifer over, in another department of OutSchool is having a great time teaching very similarly based classes. It don't have to be the exact same, but it can be really easy to compare and say, well, I teach reading, she teaches reading. Why is she having this great success and not me? What am I doing wrong? So it may have nothing to do with our teaching background, our teaching styles, what we bring to the table, and the opportunities we give our students. But it's just very easy at the end of the day to sit and wonder, because we design them ourselves, what do they offer that I'm not offering? And I'm not saying every teacher does that, but I have seen a lot of people write to me in the last couple months saying they found plagiarized classes. They found people putting their child in their class just to get the course material, and then they try to emulate that course. And all of those things I do not support. I think that is horrible. But my tips to you guys, if you're new and you're having issues with comparing, just try to think how you can be different. I had a teacher in college that always said in the acting and musical theater department and music department, they said, if you can't be better, be different. So I've seen some people who do teach like math and science, the gen eds, and they'll put a spin on it. Maybe they'll make it be like a Fortnite theme or an Among Us theme, and the kids love that. So even if they aren't better, they have made their classes different and thus letting them stand out. Just a tip from me. But next I wrote, you can be tempted to rate your teaching abilities by the number of students registering and not the quality of your courses. This also goes along with number one, with just wanting to compare your self-designed course with someone else's. I noticed every once in a while, I would think, man, that was a really great class. And normally I would just stop there. But now I'm going, man, that was a really great class, but I only had 4 learners and I could have had 8. So I'm not just enjoying the moment of achieving a good class. I'm always putting a negative on it that has to deal with the number of kids. And the number of kids is not a justification of my teaching style or what the kids that came to my class did learn. When I was just a VIP kid teacher, I always told teachers, focus on the quality, focus on the quality. And I still 100% believe that. I just noticed that I was having a very hard time focusing on just the quality when I knew I could have more than, the kids that came to my class. VIP kid, by the way, is one-on-one, whereas OutSchool could be one-on-one or one on multiple children in that same class. So I do think it is a challenge, but try your best to not rate yourself by the number of kids in your class. Just rate yourself by what you brought to those kids, because if you only had 4 kids in your class, that's A, still 4 kids you taught that B, could go and register for another class that you offer. So never underestimate low enrollment, because you never know if that student is going to bring you a good review. They could tell their friends, their students, their community about you, and then they can register for your other classes. Thirdly, I wrote, it can take time to figure out what commitment works best with you and your schedule. When I first started with OutSchool, I wanted to teach morning, noon, and night because I actually could. It was the first platform that filled my want to have the opportunity to teach whenever I wanted to teach.
A little less than before when you didn't want me in your video.
Bye. Before OutSchool, I taught with companies that had specific times that you could teach versus times you couldn't. So when I was offered an infinite amount of times that I could teach, I wanted as much as I could get. And it took me a really long time to A, realize I was burning out, B, I wasn't giving the correct quality that those kids deserved because I had been stretched so incredibly thin, and C, it just wasn't good for my work-life balance or my mental health. So my advice to you to avoid this mistake is just try things out. Are your classes better attended in the morning? Are they better attended in the afternoon or evening? Are you teaching, younger students, and younger students might take at certain times? I recommend trial and error. Anybody that I help into OutSchool, I always tell them to make 2 or 3 one-time classes and then just experiment with your schedule. Do they work better at 10 a.m. or 4 p.m.? And what's great is OutSchool will show you that. You can look at your stats page. That's how I figured out I had a class that could have 10 learners, and I offered it at 10:30 a.m., 2:30 p.m., and 4:30 p.m. 3 times in one day, 3 days a week. And I let that go by for 2 weeks. That's when I realized that class sold out almost every single time in the 2:30 and the 4:30 slots. That's just when those students were interested in taking the class. So I got to nix the AM class and put another class there. So my word of advice to you guys is to experiment with your schedule, try to be different in your class offerings, and do not compare. Comparison is literally the worst, and it is so easy to fall down that rabbit hole of why her, not me? What she got that I don't got or have? Wow. But you guys, that is my video for the day. If there's anything OutSchool related that you guys want to see on this channel, I have put many videos on here. But if there's anything missing that you would like to see, let me know down below in the comment section. Of course, give this video a huge thumbs up. Let me know how your teaching is doing also down below in the comment section. I will have in the coming months a couple different courses to help you guys in terms of designing and marketing your classes. But that is it for today. Thank you guys for hanging out here during March Madness. My mailman has also walked by like 7 times. He probably wonders what I'm doing in my car right now, but it's all good. Guys, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Thanks for stopping by.